This episode is definitely a contender for the best of the series so far. While it didn't have any over-the-top action sequences, both the past and present storylines were very fun to watch, and they both developed the story forward in separate ways. As always, the music for this episode was fantastic and unique, and things like the Sarlacc pit and fire spray starship all looked very realistic. I'll admit that halfway through the episode, before we had any look at the present day, I was completely okay with staying in the past. I was expecting an episode set completely in the past, so I was actually surprised when Boba Fett got out of the Bacta. With the fact that he is completely healed, it makes me wonder if we are done in the past, which would be disappointing after this episode. Personally, I think the present-day story was the weaker of the two in this episode, and the meeting between families was especially disappointing. Other than the Rancors moment, which gave me a good laugh, the scene didn't have much meaning to it. I like Prasantan's entire sequence in the cantina, and I'm glad that he will have a larger role as the series continues. The small tease for the return of Din Djarin made me much more excited for the rest of the series, and while I don't think the story needs it, this would be the perfect opportunity to bring in one or two fan-favorite bounty hunters like Bossk or Cad Bane. I do expect to see more of the Pykes in the next episode, as we only have 3 episodes left and a huge criminal war has been teased for the series. Since the timing of the flashbacks has been shaky, I wasn't sure when to expect Boba Fett to start moving toward where we saw him in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. I was pleasantly surprised to see him save Fennec in this episode, and every reason about why he hadn't gotten his ship or armor yet was easy to buy. Although I wasn't a huge fan of the mod culture when it was first introduced in the last episode, it's an aspect of the series that has grown on me a lot, and I really enjoyed seeing the workshop and Fennec's surgery in detail. We also got a lot of new shots of Jabba's palace in this episode, in both the past and present, and I'm surprised about how much I've grown attached to the location. The action throughout the episode was mostly underwhelming, but seeing them steal the ship was a necessary story to show, as was his revenge on the Speeder Gang, although it was a lot quicker than I was expecting. While I may not have been expecting Fennec Shand to appear, I very much enjoyed her role in this episode. Her and Boba Fett work very well together, and seeing them meet for the first time, with their conflicting ideologies, was a rewarding experience. Her introduction to the past storyline was also a great way to explore more of Boba Fett's thoughts and how he has changed since escaping the Sarlacc pit. We finally got an explanation for most of his actions, like killing Bib Fortuna, and all of the reasons were satisfying. I didn't quite understand why Boba Fett would have thought that the Sarlacc had his armor, but I was quickly able to put the critique aside to enjoy the scene. The Gathering Storm develops both the past and present storylines in glorious manners, teasing at what the future may hold for the series, earning a grade of 8.5 out of 10.
Make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on social media, and comment down below what content you'd like to see in the future. As always, thank you all for watching, and remember,
the Force will be with you, always.